People are irate over here.
It- it-
Let me
I
tell you.
don't know this story.
You haven't
You
heard about
don't?
this?
Wow.
No. Okay, so let me give you a little backdrop, May. Our sweet governor, in her bid to become vice president, has written, as most people do, a book describing the struggles of their life that led them to this point in time. And Kristi Noem has gone out and written this book. And in the book, under the chapter of like tough decisions, she writes about a hunting dog she had gotten that was like 14 months old. And well, here, let me just play the audio for you so you can actually hear it here.
Cricket was a wire hair pointer, about 14 months old, and she
This is her reading the book. I just want to emphasize that because that becomes important later.
had come to us from a home that had struggled with her aggressive personality. I was sure that she'd learn a lot going out with our older dogs that day. I was wrong. Within an hour of walking the first field, Cricket had blown past the group, gotten too far ahead. She'd flushed up birds that were out of range. She was out of her mind with excitement, chasing all those birds and having the time of her life. The only problem was there was no hunters nearby to shoot the birds that she was scaring up. I called her back to no avail. I hit her electronic collar to give her a quick tone to remind her to listen. I then hit the button to give her a warning vibration that told her to come back to me now. No response. The hunt was ruined, and I was livid. Some neighbors who recently purchased a puppy from us asked me to stop and to check on their pup on the way home. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of Cricket launching herself out of the back end of the pickup and racing across the yard. All three of us chased Cricket around in circles, flailing after her while she systematically grabbed one chicken at a time, crunching it to death with one bite, and then dropping it to attack another. She was like a trained assassin. Eventually, I got my hand on her collar and she whipped around to bite me. There were bloodied bodies and feathers everywhere. When I got back into my truck, Cricket was sitting in the passenger seat, looking like she had just won the lottery, the picture of pure joy. I hated that dog. As I drove home, I realized that I had no choice. Cricket was untrainable, and after trying to bite me, dangerous to anybody that she came in contact with. A dog who bites is dangerous and unpredictable. Are you listening, Joe Biden? She was less than worthless to us as a hunting dog. At that moment, I realized I had to put her down. As I pulled into the driveway, I decided I had to deal with this problem myself. This was my dog, and it was my responsibility. And I would not ask somebody else to clean up my mess. I stopped the truck in the middle of the yard. I got out my gun, grabbed Cricket's leash, and I led her out into the pasture and down into the gravel pit. It was not a pleasant job, but it had to be done.
There you
have it. So this story broke last week, mate. Now, this is great because you haven't heard the story. Gut feeling, first take.
She sounds worthless. Like
She's
it's a
retarded.
puppy. It's a 14-month-old puppy. Like, give it a fucking minute, lady. Like,
So
because it ruined your fucking extravagant hunt, you cunt. Like, just relax a little bit. Chickens, okay, yeah, but that dog is trained for birds. It sees birds, it's gonna think, okay, I'm doing a good job. Look at me. But the situation was,
so how long did she have this dog before she took it on a hunt? Sounds like
doesn't say.
It sounds like
pretty much day
one.
First of all, what's your solution to fixing a hunting dog is to, like, the first time just take it out on a hunt with a bunch of other dogs and hope it catches on. That's your plan.
Make sense.
That's your plan. No, and you caught it, May, but in South Dakota prides itself in pheasant hunting. Like, that is South Dakota. Like, you pheasant hunt because they're everywhere and they're big and they're juicy and they taste amazing. And so you pheasant hunt. And I guarantee you, this whole thing with Cricket is she went out on a hunt. This dog embarrassed her in front of whoever she was hunting with. And they were all making fun of Kristi Noem's dog. And who knows if the chicken part of that story is even real.
True.
I feel like this woman went out and was so mad that this dog had made her look
Showed her
silly.
up. Yep.
Made her look silly. She went out and shot this dog.
Because Kristi Noem has the time or the heart to stop at her neighbor's place to check on a puppy, which is how Cricket apparently got a hold of all these fucking chickens.
Was the dog black?
AZ coming in with the comment of the night. Yeah, but was the dog black?
Its name was Cricket. Fucking dumb.
So now this raises, of course, a few concerns about our great governor, because of course she, she put this in the book. Now I don't know who, and then she takes a jab at someone else not putting their dog down. Talking about Joe Biden's dog. Did you catch that little jab, Commander?
Oh.
Because Commander's bit like 80 people since he's come into office.
How old is Commander, by the way?
He's
Commander.
I think he just takes on the personality of his owner. Like Joe is.
What is Commander? What kind of dog is it?
German Shepherd. He's German Shepherd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
it's got a weak ass owner. So what do you expect? It's got no discipline.
He's gotta like watch out for this. Can you imagine how stressed out that dog is on a day-to-day basis?
Commander's like, you know how many buttholes I've licked at hunters' parties? Oh, I'm out. I'm gonna bite everybody. I'm so pissed. I hate you, Dad. I hate you.
Okay, so I got some more Kristi Noem fun stuff. So here we go.
Governor Kristi Noem is responding to criticism after admitting to shooting and killing her young, happy, jubilant, joyful puppy.
I love Morning Joe. They're really rubbing in the nouns there. Happy, jubilant, joyful.
She needs to get more work done on her face, I think.
In their defense, she did describe the dog as the happiest it had ever been because he just killed a bunch of chickens.
And then deciding to kill a goat after that.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that. She talked about a goat she had to kill because it kept butting the kids.
With her gun.
And they're bragging about it.
It's one of the more staggering.
Now, what do you think this left-wing media TV show uses as a justification as to why Kristi Noem did this?
A justification. I was gonna say they were gonna try to take away your guns because you shouldn't, but
yeah.
I don't know. Weak owners.
You'll see.
Stories I've ever seen a politician put in a book, thinking this would actually make them look strong.
The most remarkable part of it is, and we can get serious here for a half second.
Serious.
The most remarkable part of it is that the conservative movement has been so corrupted by Donald Trump and has reached such new lows that she actually put that in about the killing of a happy puppy because she thought it would help her with the base.
Also, Trump supporters love killing puppies.
Yeah, what the fuck? Trump supporters can afford dog food and raising their dogs correctly for the most part and don't have to give them away or kill them.
Well, and this is just, it has baffling.
Yeah,
this has not been good. She went on like a whole media tour, talking to like CBS, ABC. I think she even went on NBC as well, Saturday and Sunday, promoting her book. And can you imagine? Well, I can show you how it went. It did not go well for her.
Has PETA got a hold of her yet, or?
It's I haven't heard. You would think PETA would be all. It's PETA's too small for something like this. This is gone national. Let me see here if I can find
Yeah, where's the Michael Vick gang at? Like the people who wanted to, electrocute Michael Vick for the dogfighting. Where are those people at?
Right?
Here we go.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. You've been questioned several times on this in the last couple.
We'll just change it up. This is another section in her book where she claims to have met and talked with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Quite the diplomatic brag, if I may say so, except it turned out not to be true.
Of days because you've issued a retraction. You said that it shouldn't have been in the book, this passage, that it was a mistake. Why shouldn't it have been in the book? Is it
Now, what do you think she's gonna say? Why shouldn't you have put that in the book, Kristi Noem?
That's
true?
No, what I said is that when this was pointed out, that we made an adjustment to what the content was in the book. I've met many world leaders around the world. I've been to the DMZ. I've been traveling for years and years talking to world leaders. Just that name should not be in the book, and I'm not going to discuss those personal meetings.
Your spokesman told Politico that the world leaders' names were conflated in the book. What does that even mean?
What it means is that I've met with many world leaders, many of them.
Did you meet with Kim Jong-un?
Some of them are in the book and some of them are not in the book. And that when this was brought to my attention, I immediately took actions and asked to have his name removed.
But why did you remove it? Is it because it's untrue, that passage?
No, this is something that I think I'm not going to talk about. I don't talk about personal meetings with world leaders, and I'm going to continue to stay there.
But clearly, if you're taking it out of the book, it's because it's untrue.
I've given you my answer. No, and that's not the answer. I would say that, this is something that I asked to have adjusted and have the content and that name removed. And that is truly what the action has been.
You said you...
And you know how
because
fake
we all
news
know
works.
Kim Jong-un only meets with Dennis Rodman and Donald Trump. He doesn't meet with women.
I gotta give it up for Elizabeth Vargas there. She looked at her like, "Excuse me, dumb cunt." That's how she looked at her.
I don't discuss my conversation with world leaders unless I put it in my book.
Yeah.
That's essentially what you say.
Her editor or her proofreader, I mean, great job.
Did he get taken out in the field and shot too, or
Probably?
All right, there's more. There's more Kristi Noem greatness from her crash and burn event.
About some or most of the facts of a story, they put the worst spin on it, and that's what's happened in this
It's the worst possible spin you could put on killing a puppy. Okay,
case. I hope people really do
this is on Friendly Fox. This is
buy this book and they find out the truth of this story, because the truth of this story is that this was a working dog, and it was not a puppy. It was a dog that was extremely dangerous. It had come to us from a family who had found her way too aggressive. We were her second chance, and she
fucking blew it.
was the day she was put down was a day that she massacred livestock that were part of our neighbors. She attacked me, and it was a hard decision. And
she nipped at you in a moment of joy after killing a bunch of chickens that put up no fight whatsoever. It was the best day of her life.
The reason it's
Hey,
in
mommy,
the book
look
is
what I did.
yeah.
this book is filled with tough, challenging decisions that I've had to make throughout my life. And I hope that people understand from this that what the point of this story is that most politicians, they will run from the truth. They will shy away and hide from making tough decisions. I don't do either of those. I tell the truth and I make tough decisions. People attacked me during COVID for keeping my state open. They called me wrong and attacked me night after night.
All right, now she's switching to something completely different.
On TV for not doing mandates and not forcing people or wear masks. They're doing. Will read the book, find out the truth, because this was a dangerous animal, and I had a choice between keeping my small children and other people safe, or a dangerous animal, and I chose the safety of my children.
You know, tough decisions.
We learned that.
Say what?
You know, she could have chose how to shove her G-string up her butt crack for tough decisions in her book instead of killing this bird dog. I mean, I just can't. I can't with this lady.
How old are her small children?
Governor Kristi Noem.
They were small when when
When it happened?
it happened. Yeah. They weren't. They're not small now. I think they're all like late teens, early 20s. I believe she's got 3 kids.
I just stand by the fact that she needs to get more work done on her face.
I mean, this is an older woman. She's like what, in her late 40s, early 50s. I think 54 or something like that, if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
she looks
Yeah,
good.
it's
It still goes back to, I think she got whoever she invited to that hunt. She just got clowned
Yeah.
on it. She's like,
Mhm.
you're not. No,
well, and
this
that's
was for a different point, and now it's went sideways, and now I have to take my frustration out.
Yeah.
Not on the vibrator, but on the dog Cricket.
my favorite part is that she went on this national news tour Saturday and Sunday, but she won't talk with local reporters or local news stations in the state of South
Oh.
Dakota. Yeah, and so now, you know how people are in the news; they get a little chippy about it. So here's a little local report.
Potential vice presidential contender Kristi Noem once again defending killing her puppy for bad behavior. She says President Biden's dog should meet the same fate. Here's ABC's Allison Kosick.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, considered a possible contender for Donald Trump's running mate, is doubling down on the disclosure in her new memoir that she shot and killed her puppy named Cricket for attacking livestock and posing a danger to people.
And I had put months and months of training into this dog. This dog had gone to other trainers as well. All of that shows that when you put someone in a position where they have to make a decision and they want to protect their family and protect children and other people from getting attacked.
In an interview yesterday, Noem going further, saying President Biden's dog, Commander, should meet the same fate after attacking Secret Service personnel.
So how many people is enough people to be attacked and dangerously hurt before you make a decision on it?
Now, do you guys remember her saying anything about it attacking anyone else in the book?
No.
Mm-mm.
Dog.
Noem has faced backlash from both sides of the aisle for her dog-killing story. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich among those saying the story has ended any possibility of Noem being chosen as VP candidate. The so-called Veep stakes ramping up over the weekend as Noem joined potential running mates in a gathering at Mar-a-Lago, including Florida Senator Marco Rubio and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, who faced questions yesterday about potentially teaming up with Trump.
So, Kristi Noem out of the VP running and has brought shame to the state of South Dakota.
First time.
Yes, yeah. Oh, and as of yesterday, banned from the 10th reservation here in South Dakota. So she keeps getting banned from reservations because she says cartel gangs are spotting up in the reservations and using that as their hideout. So
Is
it's
she
pissed off.
wrong?
It's pissed. I've been asking around.
It's not a dumb play.
I've been asking around because I'm sort of curious to it as well. But none of the council members are appreciating the claims. So,
But still, I mean, that one you could food for thought. Killing Cricket, that's another one.
And here's the thing, like, if she really wanted to focus on that, she could. But instead, we're talking about her stupid remarks, killing her puppy, and then writing about it as a bragging point in her book, showing that she is politically very dumb. It's brought me great joy. We've been picking on Kristy for a minute, and it's nice to see her do the final shot. AK with the comment, that story may not even be true. She may have done it to make sure she isn't picked as Trump's running mates and dies a martyr. That's interesting, AK. I've heard that theory as well. She does this that way she can't get picked for Trump's VP, but she doesn't have to tell him no and get disfavor.
Oh, yeah, true.
Here's the thing. I think we all know Kristi Noem, and we know that's not possible.